Hey everyone. In today's session, we'll see ranges of data types. Let us say we have a number 11, and for this 11, you have to tell me its 4-bit binary number. Take a second, try it out, and then tell me. It is 1, 0, 1, 1. Your immediate question is, how can you say it is correct? So let us check it out. So this is the 0th bit, first bit, second bit, and third bit. In binary representation, for the 0th bit, what is the base value? It is 2 power 0. For the first bit, it is 2 power 1. Second bit, it is 2 square. For the third bit, it is 2 cube. Now let us cross verify. That is, here there is 1. So 1 into its base value, that is 2 cube, plus 0 into base value, that is 2 square, plus 1 into 2 power 1, plus finally once again 1 into 2 power 0. Now we have all this. If you'll add them, 8 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, you are getting this as 11. All right. Similarly, say you have 25. And for this, say you have to give me 8-bit binary number. You have to give me 8-bit binary number. Take a second, try it out, and then tell me. If it is 8-bit, what are the bit positions? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For 25, the answer is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, and 1. Once again, how can we say that is correct? Let us cross verify. Base value of 0th bit is 2 power 0. Base value of first bit is 2 power 1. Second bit is 2 square. Third bit is 2 cube, 2 power 4, 2 power 5, 2 power 6, and so on. Now when you'll verify it, 0 into 2 power 7, 0 into 2 power 6, 0 into 2 power 5, 1 into 2 power 4, plus 1 into 2 cube, plus 1 into 2 power 0. If you'll add this entire thing, you will get this as 25. Till now, all is simple. Now tell me one small thing. In this binary representation, which bit number will act as MSB bit? First of all, MSB bit in the sense, most significant bit. This is most significant bit. Now in this binary representation, which bit will act as a MSB bit? You guessed it, the third bit. In this case, third bit acts as MSB bit. Now similarly, in this scenario, can you tell me which bit will act as an MSB bit? Take a second. Tell me. It will become. Couple of you might think, maybe it is 4. No. Even this scenario, this will become 7th bit. The 7th bit acts as MSB bit. That means, in other words, if it is 4th, if you are taking 4 bits, you are saying the third bit. If it is 8 bits, you are saying the 7th bit. Based on this scenario, if at all say you are taking a 10-bit number, which bit will act as MSB bit? 9th bit. Excellent. If you want to generalize this, if it is an n-bit number, now can you tell me which bit will act as an MSB bit? Tell me. N minus 1th bit. Beauty. Till now, clear. All right. Now, in this case, can you tell me what is the base value of the MSB bit? Here it is third bit. So the base value is 2 power 3. In this case, MSB bit is 7th bit. So the base value is 2 power 7. So in general, if it is n minus 1th bit, what will be the base value? It is 2 power n minus 1. Base value of MSB bit. Now here comes a small learning curve. You might have heard about things called as unsigned and signed. Yes, in your college, we were told there are 2 kinds of things. That is, for one is unsigned and the other thing is signed. To be honest, I never really understood what is the difference. It took me a while. What it says is, if it is a n-bit number, we understood what will be the base value of MSB bit? It is 2 power n minus 1. This is correct. But if at all it is unsigned, only then it is 2 power n minus 1. If at all it is signed, the MSB bit value will become, you guessed it, it is minus 2 power n minus 1. Now you can ask, Why in the world is this important? Let us see. Let us take a couple of examples to understand these things better. Let us say n equals to 4. Number of bits you are considering are equals to 4. Now, let us take unsigned scenario and signed scenario. If there are 4 bits, can you tell me the base values? 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2. This is the MSB bit. Since it is unsigned, can I say this will also become 2 power 3? Now, we have 4 bits. What is the minimum value you can achieve with these 4 bits? Take a second and tell me what is the minimum value you can achieve with these 4 bits? Can I say the minimum value you will achieve when you will place all zeros here? If all are zeros, 0 into 2 power 0, 0 into 2 power 1, 0 into 2 square, 0 into 2 cube. That means, can I say the minimum value is 0? Similarly, tell me when can you achieve maximum value? What is the maximum value you can achieve? Right. Can I say if you'll place all ones here, then this entire thing becomes 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1 plus 2 square plus 2 cube. What is this entire thing? This entire thing is nothing but 15, right? That means the minimum number I can achieve is 0, maximum number I can achieve is 15, and I can achieve all the elements between 0 to 15. Similarly, now if let us take the signed scenario, there are 4 bits. In this case, what will be the base values? Again, this is 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 square, but this is MSB bit, right? If it is MSB bit, this will become minus 2 power 3. Excellent. Now, can you tell me the minimum value? What will be the minimum value? To get, couple of you might say, I keep all ones. And if you'll keep all ones, you might say it is minus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. You might say it is minus 1. This is wrong. To get minimum, okay, at this, I have to keep 1. But at all other things, since we are talking about minimum, can I say, well, we have to keep zeros here? Only in that case, you can get the minimum value possible. So, if that is the scenario, what is the minimum value possible? It is minus 2 power 3. Take a second and tell me what is the maximum value possible in that case? If it is maximum, since you want maximum, all positives you will keep 1. And at negative, to get a maximum positive number, you will try to make it as 0. So here you will make this as 0. If that is a scenario, you will get 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1 plus 2 square. And this entire thing becomes 7. That means if at all n equals to 4, if it is unsigned, if there are 4 bits and if it is unsigned, the minimum number you can store is 0. The maximum number you can store is 15. If it is signed, the minimum number you can store is minus 8. The maximum number you can store is 7. If you understood this concept, try to extend this for n equals to 8. Everyone should do it on your own. Of course, you will do it on your own. My bad. Once again, try it out, guys. Say you have 8 bits. It is slightly interesting now. Once again, if it is unsigned, tell me the minimum. To give you a hint, let me write base values. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 square, 2 cube, 2 power 4, 5, 6. What will be the base value of this? I can directly say it is 2 power 7. Why? Because it is unsigned. Now, once again, to get minimum, you will keep zeros here, all of them, because all are positive numbers. So if that is the scenario, even once again, the minimum value you can achieve is 0. Now take a second and tell me what is the maximum value. Try, keep the pen on the paper, yaar. Try. It is, since you want maximum, you will keep all ones. Now if you keep all ones, what is the sum you are getting? 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1 plus 2 square, so on up to 2 power 7. This is the very big calculation. How can we get this? For time being, let us worry about this calculation. Let us keep all these things aside. Let us say we have 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1 plus 2 square plus 2 cube, so on up to 2 power 7. Isn't this, are you seeing some pattern here? What is that? It's a GP. Excellent. What you are just saying, this is a geometric progression. Correct. Now, do we know some of terms in geometric progression? Yes, we do. In this scenario, what is A? A is the first term. it is 1. R, common ratio, it is 2. T, how many terms are there? Total, don't tell me there are 7, I'll kill you. 2 power 0, 1, 2, 3, so on to 7. So there are 8 terms. Hannah, that means what is sum of T terms in GP? Isn't that simply nothing but A into R power T minus 1 by R minus 1? Don't worry, you might have seen this formula as A into R power N minus 1 by R minus 1. I know, we are just in place of N, I took T. So if you'll substitute this, what is that you'll get? 1 into 2 power 8 minus 1 by 2 minus 1. That means this entire thing becomes 2 power 8 minus 1. So if that is the scenario, this you are getting this as 2 power 8 minus 1. So for a small generalization, if at all we do this for n terms, that is 2 power 0 plus 2 power 1 plus 2 square, so on up to 2 power n minus 1. In this case, once again, can I say A value is 1, R value is 2, but the total number of terms are n. So now if we'll apply the formula, this entire thing becomes A into, let us write the formula once again. This becomes 1 into 2 power, how many terms are there? N. N minus 1 by 2 minus 1. That is 2 power n minus 1. A useful formula to remember. Okay, all this is fantastic. Now, similarly, we got for if it is 8-bit number, for unsigned, we got the range. Okay. Similarly, for signed, can you think of the range? If it is an 8-bit number, what is the base value of the MSB bit? It is minus 2 power 7. And all others are positive. 2 power 6, 2 power 5, so on up to 2 power 0. Now, obviously, to get a negative, you'll make this as 1 and all others you'll keep this as 0. If you'll do that, minimum value is minus 2 power 7. Similarly, can you think of the maximum value? Same, right? If it is maximum, you'll make this as 0 and all others you'll make this as 1 because you need to get maximum. If that is a scenario, this is the sum will become 2 power 6, 2 power 5, 2 power 4, so on up to 2 power 0. What will be this value? We just discussed. This entire thing will become 2 power 7 minus 1. So if it's a 4-bit unsigned, this is the range. If it is 4-bit signed, this is the range. If it is 8-bit unsigned, the range is 0 to 2 power 8 minus 1. And if it is 8-bit signed, the range is minus 2 power 7 comma 2 power 7 minus 1. Are you seeing a small pattern here? Is there a pattern? Isn't this same as 0 comma 2 power 4 minus 1? And isn't this same as minus 2 power 3 comma 2 power 3 minus 1? If you understood these things, for these things, given an n-bit number, and if it is unsigned, can you tell me the minimum value? 0, 0. An n-bit unsigned, it is 0. Correct. Can you tell me the maximum number? What will that be? Think, if it is 4, you are having 2 power 4 minus 1. If it is 8, you are having 2 power 8 minus 1. If it is n, can I say, well, you will have 2 power n minus 1? That's it. Now, this is when it comes to unsigned. Now the question rises, well, what if it is signed? Let us see. If it is signed, what is the minimum? Let us take a look here once again. If it is 4-bit, for signed, it is minus 2 power 3. If it is 8, minimum is minus 2 power 7. If it is n, it is minus 2 power n minus 1. Similarly, what will be the maximum? For 4, it is 2 power 3 minus 1. For 8, it is 2 power 7 minus 1. Then for n, can I say it is 2 power n minus 1 minus 1? That's it. This is the most important thing which you'll see, guys. This is a very, very, very useful information. Now we can ask, why is that important? And what is there here? Let us see. Now comes the final jugaad. In 1 byte, how many bits are there? There are 8 bits. Correct? Now your integer, what is the size of your integer? We discussed it yesterday only. It is 4 bytes. Your integer is 4 bytes. That means it is, can I say it is 8 into 4? Can I say it is 32-bit number? That means your integer, for your integer, your n value is 32, right? If that is the scenario, now if your integer is unsigned and you know that n is 32, what will be the range, guys? 0 comma, let us use the same formula, that is 2 power 32 minus 1, katam. If it is signed, once again say same n equals to 32, what will be the range? Minus 2 power 32 minus 1, that is minus 2 power 31, comma 2 power 31 minus 1. That's it. Done. We got the int range. Katam. Similarly, let us take long. What is long? It is 8 bytes. What is 8 bytes? Sorry, 8 bytes. 8 into 8, that is 64-bit number, right? That means, can I say n is 64? Once again, in this scenario, if it is unsigned and it is given that n is 64, the minimum value which you can store is 0. The maximum value is 2 power 64 minus 1. Same if it is signed and if n value is 64, in that case, this becomes 64. That is 2 power minus 2 power 63, comma 2 power 63 minus 1. There you go. This is how you can get your int range and long int range just by using this logic. I have a small question. What is 2 power 32? Can you understand 2 power 32? That much scene is not there. If I'll say you to compare 10 power 5 with 2 power 32, which is bigger? Oh, no, sir. The thing is, we generally understand a number in 10 powers, but we never understand a number which is in 2 powers. Henna? So this is why we have to do a small approximation here. Now time for little math. What is 2 power 10? 2 power 10 is 1, 0, 2, 4. And can I say this value is almost same as 10 cube? Approximately. If this is the scenario, take whole cube on both sides. That means, can I say 2 power 30 is nothing but approximately, can I say it is 10 power 9? Based on this, multiply with 2 on both sides. Multiply with 2 square on both sides. That means, can I say this becomes 2 power 32, which is approximately same as 4 into 10 power 9. Now whole square on both sides. Then what you get, 2 power 64 is approximately same as 6 into 10 power 18. These are the two most important things which we'll use. In couple of questions, in a lot of questions you must have seen, array value is in the range 1 to 10 power 9 or 2 into 10 power 9. This is the reason why they'll give you numbers in the range of 10 power 9. Okay. If the same thing, if you divide by 2 on both the sides, then can I say this is 2 power 31 is approximately 2 into 10 power 9. If you'll divide this by 2 into both the sides, this will become 2 power 63, approximately same as 8 into 10 power 18. That's it. That means, to simply rewrite this range is from 0 comma 4 into 10 power 9 minus 1. Do we need to write minus 1? It is already an approximation. You can just neglect that. And this becomes minus 2 into 10 power 9 comma 2 into 10 power 9. Similarly, this is approximately 16 into 10 power 18. And this entire thing is minus 8 into 10 power 18 comma 8 into 10 power 18. This is how you are getting int range and long int range. Based on this given bit number, can you get the range? Simple Hasmuxi logic. Now you can do it, right? Now you can have a small question. Sir, all this is fine, sir. But how will you declare elements as int, unsigned and signed? You can have a question. How to declare elements as signed and unsigned? It is very simple. If you are simply writing int x equals to say some number 15, if you don't mention anything, you'll directly, it is considered as signed. In that case, if you want to declare something as unsigned, you have to explicitly mention key, look, signed int x equals to, so let us take a different variable, y. Then this will be considered as unsigned. This is how you will declare signed and unsigned. But there is one small note, very, very important, that is the signed and unsigned, these are only present for integer data types. Only present for integer data types. That means, are they present for float, double, long double, all these things? No, they are not. Then you can immediately ask a question. Acha sir, if that is not possible, then what is that we'll use in float and double, all these things? For float, double, all these things, by default, all of them are signed only. All of them are signed only. That means you can store negative values as well. Shall we close our session with one last choti small. I know that you already patiently watched 20 minutes of YouTube video. It is already above the top. One last question. What is size of float? 4 bytes. What is size of int? 4 bytes. If float is 4 bytes, that means what will be the range? Same as int, right? If both float and int have same ranges, then why are we using float, sir? Are they having same ranges? This we will see in the next session. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye.